Hey everyone, my name is Dave. Welcome to NTD Racing. We're just right out in front of the speed shop right now, getting ready for the second annual Gold Gas and Glory. We're going out to the Alpine Loop near Ouray, Colorado for 3 nights, a little bit of fishing, some gold panning and those kinds of things, riding motorcycles, 3 chase Jeeps, 5 motorcycles, and it's gonna be like in the 20s. It's gonna be so cold. I don't plan on being cold. So I got my tents, I got sleeping bags and inflatable mattresses, and VEVOR just sent me their diesel heater. I've never used one of these things before. I'm totally interested to see how they work. Do they smell? Are they easy to set up? And those kinds of things. Are they too bulky? Are they worth the size to bring with you on a camping trip? Let's go ahead and see what's in the box. Let's see if we can get it working, and then we're off on an adventure with our new diesel heater. Remote control? What? That is so cool. I hope this thing works. It's awesome. I don't think it's a didgeridoo, but it's cool. All right, this thing is pretty awesome. Let's take a look what was inside there and how I think it all kind of goes together. First off, the general case is kind of like a Pelican case. On one side, you have the diesel tank. On this side, you get some clips here that'll clip open, and you can get inside to access some stuff. While we're here, kind of check it out. You got this cable right here. This usually kind of went onto the side of it, but this is the carbon monoxide detector. One of the things I was really worried about was getting carbon monoxide inside my tent. And so this thing actually has an extension cord. It'll extend, it looks like about, I don't know, about 8 feet or something like that, and will go inside the tent along with the heated air exhaust port with a kind of a, I don't know what they call it, gaspers or something like that, so you can direct hot air inside the tent. So all the air goes in there, and then a little bit of a guarantee that you're not getting any carbon monoxide with that thing. A little bit of a storage area here, I think, when it's not in use also on this thing. All right, so that's the main unit. You got some directions. Here is the remote. This thing looks pretty cool. It definitely does turn the thing on and off. You can kind of hear it.
Start heating.
That's pretty cool. So you get an audible that it's going to start heating, and then we turn it off.
Stop heating. Thanks for using. I wish you a safe journey.
I wish you a safe journey. Pretty cool. A good instruction manual that shows you what all the functions do, and also some of the troubleshooting in case you have something like that. A collapsible funnel to put diesel fuel inside here. Let's take a look at how this thing is powered. 2 different power sources. One which would be you could kind of plug it into whatever you got. If you got like one of those solar charger kind of things, like a Jackery, I think they call them, or something like that, or just straight off a battery. This is an old UTV battery I'm using to power this thing right now. 12 volts, 24 volts, whichever to power this. So pretty versatile there. And then as far as the exhaust port goes, this exhaust will kick the exhaust far away from the inlets for this thing, and also comes with a fiberglass heat shroud so you don't catch anything that might be touching on fire, especially if you're going to be installing this in some kind of a vehicle or something like that. Anyway, we're going to get some diesel fuel in this. Let's go ahead and get out on the trail and see how this thing works out in the wild. All right, we got the motorcycles here. Let me show you where we are at. This is called South Mineral Campsite. We are just to the west of Silverton, Colorado. It's end of September. You can kind of see the trees are all turning colors. All the aspens are turning yellow. It is literally the most beautiful time to be up here, and this is just such a cool area. You can see all the tents we got around here, and you can see all these saps that are going to be freezing tomorrow, and I won't be because I got this thing set up. And let me show you. I slept with it last night, and let me show you what I learned about it. First off, it is awesome. So you got your exhaust coming out over here, hot air going into the tent. I basically zipped the tent's zipper around that. I also have power cord coming out of there, and the carbon monoxide detector that's in there. And I leave it at the bottom because I think carbon monoxide sinks. If that thing goes off, it'll shut down this thing, which was really concerning to me. Also, no odor at all. No odor of diesel or anything from this thing. As far as last night, I used it for 2 or 3 hours before I went to bed. Used it for 2 or 3 hours in the morning. We burn maybe a third of a gallon of diesel, probably a little bit less than that. There's plenty of diesel left in there. So what was really cool was early in the morning, it was about 20 degrees outside. I was double up in the sleeping bag. And before I got up and started putting my clothes on, what I did is I got the remote out, turned this thing on, and it started pumping hot air into the tent. Now you can kind of see the tent I have openings on both sides, but it trapped the hot air inside here, heated the whole tent up. It was so comfortable. I was able to basically change clothes and all that in here, whereas before, you can imagine how cold it gets inside your tent as you're trying to put on your clothes. How do I power this thing? Well, there's a couple of different ways. It will take the 12 to 24 volts, or you can use this converter right here, which I find to be the best. And what we're doing is we're plugging it in to this solar generator right here. We ran it again all last night. We used about 40% of the battery power out of that thing. Really worked well. Such a great setup. I think it's a total game changer as far as tent camping, because I think the worst part about tent camping is when you wake up in the morning like these guys are going to, and you're freezing cold and you're trying to get clothes on that are cold and all those kinds of things. Not me. I'm getting this thing together, turning it on, and we're putting warm clothes on before we go out and do hiking and adventures in probably some of the most beautiful scenery, you know, I've ever been to. And I've been all over. I've been to Switzerland. I've been all over the world. And man, Colorado, when the leaves are changing and all the trees are turning yellow, are just spectacular. All right, it is the next morning. You might notice all of the ice all over the ground and all over the bushes. All the tents over here have ice on them, all except this one that we call the hot box. The VEVOR Diesel Heater is rocking it. It's been 2 days now we've been using it. It still has half a tank of diesel. This thing is amazing, totally worth the price. I highly recommend one of these for camping. It is not always that I come across a product like this and I ask myself, what have I been doing all these years I haven't had one of these? It is amazing how well it works. If you would like one of these for your own camping setup, check out the link in the description below. There should be a discount code there also to get you a couple more bucks off of this very affordable diesel heater. And with that, I think I got some fish to go catch and there's a couple cold beers I got to go drink. I hope you like what you saw here and you will consider liking and subscribing, and most importantly, ringing the bell for notification of future episodes. That's the only way I can guarantee that you're going to see the next episodes and you're not going to want to miss those. The next thing we're doing is we are starting a build series called Open Source Bug, where I am building a Class 11 VW bug racer, and I'm going to provide all of the CAD files absolutely free. All you got to do is build the thing yourself. You're not going to miss those, and I can't wait to show you next week. Take care of yourself.